So, it's been talked about. I told y'all it was coming. The Carbon 210 by Redcat Racing. And it is finally here. I'm just trying to get a little extra lighting in here because my lighting is pretty bad down here because I'm in the cave, so to speak. There's not a whole lot of light down here. So, the other few things I wanted to show to begin with is I found this frame on eBay. They have several of them. It is 5 millimeter thick. It's all chamfered edges. It's very smooth. I'm not too sure about this little motor protector thing, but it might be okay. It goes together fairly well. I've already got a board in it right now. Um, I'm going to be building this and see how well it works. Uh, Plenty of room for a nice size stack in here, so we're going to see what we can do here. Um, I've got the little all-in-one in here right now with the OSD and everything. It's got a little mount and everything and a little back spot for your antenna. So we're going to see how well this works. It is very, very extremely stiff. It might be very useful for anybody that's trying to find a practice. And because it's a true X and a 5-inch, you can do all your little crazy stuff with it, your um, tricks and all that. The other thing is, I got a couple of these, and I will be giving one of these away. It's a 3-inch frame. Let me grab my knife real quick. Always need my knife. I don't remember what the name of it was. I think it's a diatone. Lizard 180 frame kit, green. It is version 2.0. It is Diatone Innovations Limited. In fact, here you go. You can see that real quick. I'm going to be giving one of these frames away. I'm going to build the other two. So this is going to be the one I build. So we're just going to look at it real quick. You've got little motor standoffs. It's a little flexible. It's very fat. But for a kick around, playing around drone, this should work out fairly well. It's got little tiny mini camera stuff on it, and the standoffs, and it's got a PDB. Oh, that's interesting. What kind of PDB is it? Oh, with a 5-volt out, so 5 and 12 filtered. So that's not too shabby. Nylon standoffs, pretty basic stuff. It's interesting. It's a little different. That looks like about a 2.5, maybe 3 mil. No, that's 2.5. And that's about 1.5 to 2 mil. And it's not chamfered, so you'd have to go around the edges with your file. But it would be a quick build for cutting up and playing around with. I mean, you wouldn't want to do anything serious with it, but that's one of the things we got here that we'll be giving away here soon. I might even build one and give it away already pre-built. The other thing is this little guy. There's been some talk about it, and we're going to find out if it's any good or not. Fact is, I might put it in that build right there when I finish that one up. It is a tiny little camera. It is very light. There's all your little. This is the camera menu. It's got like a on-screen display type thing going on there. It's got a little mount. That ought to tell you how small it is. It is dinky. That is for your OSD and doing all your little on-screen stuff on it. It presses and goes up, down, left, right. And here is the little camera itself. Comes with a bunch of wires. Oh, it's even got mounting screws and Allen wrench. And here is the little guy. There's the back. As soon as this thing focuses. Come on. Focus. I don't know what it is, but when it's in YouTube, it has a tendency to have a hard time focusing. But it's a very small form factor. It's very nice lens. Very nice lens. So we'll see how well that works. It's it says 3 megapixel. I don't know about that, but we'll have to check on that. Turbo Micro SDR1 Cadex, made in China, like everything else in the world. All right, so there's that. I know everybody's like, shut up and get to the doggone drone. Yeah, I know. I've already opened it up, so I know a little bit, and I've done a hover with it. So let's just go ahead and get to that now. That's what everybody wants to see. Anyway, I mean, that's the title of the doggone. All right, so this is it. And yes, it comes with this case, and this case is pretty doggone durable and strong. It's the stupid little stickers, and we don't even worry about that. It comes if you want to get you a like for your Tyrannus or your Spectrum radio, you can actually hook it up and you see S-Bus, PWM, PPM. So it'll do them all. So that's pretty cool. Keys to lock it up, your case up, which I have no idea why you'd want to, but okay, whatever. That's two Allen wrenches and the prop wrench. Cool little screwdriver. It's actually not too shabby. This, which is the directions, which I don't know about you, but I don't know how to look at them to start with anyway. The controller is actually rather interesting. It's I'm not crazy about the feel of it because it's like nothing there. You really can't feel a whole lot there, but it has your mode switches, and this is probably for something else in the future. And it's got your lock and unlock on the motors, so that's basically your arm button. So it's basically a 6, probably 7 channel. These are probably on the same. And of course your on off. These can be changed out, which I was surprised at that. You can change these out, and for the people that thumb, which I do, these guys not the best feeling. They kind of bite a little bit, but they give you good grip. But they have better tips that you can use, and this one will take them, so that's pretty cool. It has pretty basic props. There's nothing fancy about these. These are 50-45s. I'm going to fly with these first, and then I'm going to change to some Cyclones that I got from the drone drop. Drone drop's actually pretty awesome. If you have not got drone drop before, they basically give you a little box. It's a little box like this, and it's got all the stuff inside that they somehow get at a reduced rate and pass the savings on to you. But I'm going to wind up putting these on it because Cyclones are a lot better than bullnose whatchamadoodles. It does have a charger. It's a balanced lead charger, I believe. Yeah, balanced lead charger. I'm not going to be using it because this is the batteries. This is a 1500 3S 25C. 25C kind of sucks, but the cool thing is that, my friends, is a XT60. Standard balance lead. Any drone battery will work on this guy. Well, except for, as long as you keep the same S. And the drone itself, fact is, you see here, I was actually using one of my other drone batteries that I got. I actually originally bought this for the helicopter, but it works great in here. It's perfect size, fits in nicely. So I said, why not? It flies great as far as the hovering goes. It is quite stiff. This light is bright enough to light it up so you can see where you're going at night. It's a little washed out, but it is flyable. You will want to angle your camera up, which is not hard to do. It moves fairly easily. It seems fairly strong. I have not crashed it yet, so we'll not know until then. It does come with a crappy little, linear antenna. And the VTX is in this section here somewhere. Probably that right there. I have not plugged it in, but it does have a port for tuning. I have not checked to see what it runs. It is the little dip switches to change your VTX. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but hey, it's what, $280 for everything. So far, my initial impression is this is a pretty nice little quad. I have not really flown it yet. I've only hovered it, like I said before, but the sides are nice. They are only like 1.5 mil, maybe 2 mil, but it seems to be a quality carbon fiber, and there's also side bracing in 2 places. So I think it would take a pretty good lump. This bottom, I'm not so sure about that, but the arms are decent, and it does. I mean, you can't say nothing about that. It is pretty stiff. These right here, if you land on something hard, it has a tendency to bounce on those. So they actually do take a little bit of shock. I don't know how much, but that's going to eventually wear out. I did contact them, Redcat, and they are going to be offering everything you need to repair it. So that's a good deal. There is a beeper on here, so if you lose it, you will be able to find it. It's actually pretty cool. I'm surprised. There are no name motors. There's no name on them. Let's see if they say anything in here about it. Zero specs. There's a parts list, 21. It doesn't say anything about them. It just says S2 210 16 brushless motor. That's all it says. So I have no idea. Ooh, you can buy the carrying case separately. That's pretty cool. But yeah, there's your parts list. So it does have all your parts in it. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, it says that it runs clean flight. Well, that's okay, because anything that can run clean flight can run beta flight. We're not going to mess with that first. I'm going to fly it first and see how well it is straight out of the box. It does feel a little heavy, especially with the battery in it. So I have a feeling that it might be fun for freestyle, but maybe not so much for full-on racing, because it's not going to take a sharp curve very fast unless you just sling the crap out of it. But we'll see. After I get that and figure out how well that works, then we'll see how easy it is to tune and everything, and eventually we might even move it into beta flight. We'll see though. Throw a long range, yeah, throw a long range antenna on it and see just how well good we can go. Receiver, I mean. But yes, it seems quite well, and there's all your frequencies. So we've got uh, we got everything, it looks like, and it'll go 200 milliwatt, so that's cool. I wonder what it's on with from the factory. It's the back. Oh, that sucks. Um, when the plug is installed, low power mode is active, 25 milliwatts. So it comes 25 milliwatt. And to flip it to 200, you have to pull out the little tiny, I might add. Probably have to do it with tweezers. A little jumper in there. So that's pretty cool. I got 8 channels, 32, 40. So it is a full 40 channel. That's pretty neat. From the manufacturer, it doesn't have a whole lot of stuff on it. It does have this, it does have that, it does have that. It does have your disarm and arm, but that blinks off after it's done. I did not see the crosshairs and everything in my goggles, which I'm glad, because that gets kind of distracting. Flips, rolls, throttle, pitch, all the good stuff is. Everybody already knows all that. Right LED, left LED. Finding was easy. I turned it on and it was bound, so that's no problem there. It comes from the factory with 3 modes. They say beginner, advanced, and professional, but really what it is stabilize, horizon, and acro. So that's what those are. Here's your specifications. It says that the brushless motors are 2204 2500 kV. It's not saying a whole lot about the on-screen display. It just says Carbon 210 Racing Drone OSD, 40 channel, 25 to 200 milliwatt. So you've only got 2 choices on the power setting. The camera is 600 TV line. It is 120 degree horizontal with a 100 degree vertical. It is a 1/4 CMOS. So my first reaction to this thing from the little bit I've done is this is pretty daggone awesome. I'm going to go out and fly it sometime today, and I will record the footage. There is no room on this thing for a cam of any kind. Could possibly, but that would be a little sketchy. And it would be a good way to break a camera, so we're not going to do that. So you'll just have to be satisfied with the FPV. I'm going to eat now, and I will see y'all later. Thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Our giveaway that's going to be coming up is going to be for a the little tiny whoop, the Inductrix FPV, full, ready to go, the controller and all that stuff. So subscribe, be ready for it, hit the bell notification so you know when we start that one, and we'll see you then.